Oh my goodness. Episode 79. We had quite a few technical difficulties today. It was like our fourth attempt, no lie. But, you know, we're live. We're getting things going. We're getting things through. And it's, you know, it takes a little while sometimes, you know. Even though it's episode 75, it's still 75. I can't even talk still. Episode 79. It still takes a little bit sometimes for us to get used to. But anywho, it is I, Jayson Yessir, here live in the Spit It Out Studios. 1 second, because Kai is trying to get up here. Hey, Kai, how you doing? You want to say hi to everyone too, Kai? You probably heard him. Anywho, you hear her laughing. She is here. The Baker, the Booty Shaker. Miss Shake and Bake.
Miss Trecie Treats. Hey guys, what is the word? What's the word?
What is happening? What is going on?
Man, I had an eventful week.
Did you?
God.
We'll get to that in just a second.
Yes.
Okay? I have quite a few things to talk about too as well. Okay, Kai, you're not going to be looking at me the whole entire time. So, as mentioned, we were having some technical difficulties for some reason. I don't know why, but it's done and over with. We don't want to pay too much mind to it because I just want to get over and done with it. So hopefully we could just move along with this podcast. All right. So, where do I start off with? I don't even know exactly to begin where to start or anything like that at all. But
our regulars, like, you know, we just check up on a week, see what's
everything,
been new.
yeah.
I mean, because I've barely been here. I've been so busy.
So I was thinking, because, you know, I'm trying to still get through, coming up with different jingles and intros and all of that jazz theme songs for whatever segments and such. I still got to work on yours as well for your segment coming on up soon, hopefully. But, you know, due to copyright reasons, I can't, like, go ahead and pit. I'm trying to get away from all of that, and so I can't pit the, like, you know, regular songs. But if I could, if I introed you, and since, you know, I'm always saying the Baker, the Booty Shaker, Miss Shake and Bake, Trece got that cake, What would be your top twerk song? My
top twerk song would be,
if you had to come out to,
you know, if it wasn't songs. A twerk song, it wouldn't be a twerk song. It would definitely be a Megan Thee Stallion song. Oh, dead ass.
Okay.
It would definitely be a Megan Thee Stallion song. And
so you're trying to say she has no twerk songs?
I mean, I wouldn't twerk to her music. Nah. I'll be out here trying to trick niggas.
So you trying to move away from the question. That wasn't it. What would be the twerk song for you? Get you out there, start twerking. If you were introduced and it was Trece, the Baker, the Booty Shaker, Miss Shake and Bake with the earthquake, what would be the song? Are you playing like Esther Dean, like Drop It Low?
No.
Are you playing like what is the song?
Oh my God. I twerked to so many songs. What song would it be?
Mystical?
No, fuck no.
Shake it fast. Watch it. No? Okay.
I'm gonna need him to put some kind of emoji or some shit right here above my head because, bitch, you got me fucked up.
I'm trying to name things. You just...
Stop naming old ass shit, bitch.
I want to know.
I'm a millennial. It will definitely be...
You is dry as
fuck. It up for your birthday, bitch. Maybe a birthday bitch song. It's not.
Oh, you is whack. You want to talk about me? That's what your choice was?
I mean, I can't think of a twerking song right now. Like,
so now you're making it seem like you're only twerking on your birthday.
You gotta think, when I twerk, I usually twerk to every fucking thing, bitch. It could be a Spanish song and my ass is like, bah, bah, bah. Like,
but that wasn't the question. The question was,
bitch, I don't know. The answer was, I don't know.
What would be the top one, your number one? Like, what would you come out to? But
I don't know.
You's no fun. Okay. Anyways, my whole point of that, I was trying to go into another segue.
Go
okay.
ahead.
I was hoping you would have came out with a song or whatever.
No.
Well, anyways, what I ended up doing over the weekend, we'll get into some of it, but I had started off the week by watching finally a stand-up.
Who stands up?
Ellen DeGeneres' stand-up. Yeah.
On what?
So she hasn't came out with a stand-up in, I don't know how long, forever and a day, right?
That's what I'm saying.
And she released one back in December. So it's been out for a while now.
Is it on Netflix?
It's actually on Netflix, yeah. Netflix special stand-up. It's called Ellen DeGeneres Relatable.
Nope, never seen it.
I'd never seen it until recently. So it came out in December. I was like, let me check this out because I heard about it and such. So first off, I can say she does open up the show with, as I said, it was called Ellen DeGeneres Relatable. So the whole premises of the show is like her trying to prove her point that she's relatable. Because some people will be like, you know, you're not relatable to us. You're rich. You got all this money, whatever.
Okay.
So her first jokes was so funny because she's just like straight flexing on everyone on how at a point she is relatable, but then again, like, bitch, I still got money in.
Yeah.
So it was funny because like one of her jokes consists of where she was saying, you know how you get out the shower and the towel is across the thing, so you got to get the towel while you just got out the shower and you get wet and all that. So she was funny about it and saying like, you know how you scoot your feet or whatever across trying to get to the towel, but she's like, yours might be just 3 scoots, but but she basically was like, mine's like a 50-foot scoot to get to the other side to get the towel. So she was still being like that relatable, but then again, she was still flexing on people like, no, don't get confused, I still got money in it. So it was funny, and it was like the comedy of it was, of course, still like family friendly, but she did have one joke where she did completely just like said fuck in it, and I was like, okay, Ellen, I see you.
Okay, Ellen.
So it was pretty funny, most of it. She started talking about some just a whole bunch of different things, Christian Sciences, and then about no vaccines, but that's a big thing nowadays too.
I mean,
and I wanted to dip and dive. I wanted to dip and dive into that and think about get your opinion and everything, what you think about people doing with no vaccines and such. Then we'll get back into more of her special. But how do you feel about that? Are you like pro vaccines, no vaccines? Like,
before
I know you don't have no kids.
Yeah, no, before I knew the importance of it, I was just like, no, I'm never vaccinating my kids. Like, they're never getting shots or anything like that. But as I grew with that person and I've learned the severities and how important it is to vaccinate your kid, I was just like, yeah, no, my kids are definitely getting vaccinated. But another thing is too, the sad part is that the side effects, if you are that person that gets all them fucking side effects, is just sad as fuck. But at the end of the day,
and that's what they're linking a lot
of schools won't let your kids come into their facility.
You can't go to college if you don't have vaccines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like a lose-lose.
But they're saying like recently now there's also like these communities where it's just like people that are not vaccinated. They start these like little communities or whatever, because that's basically where they
unvaccinated ass people.
Yeah, because I guess that's basically where, you know, it's accepted or whatever. I don't know, but where they're like not being vaccinated and such. But you shouldn't, like, I see it. You should be able to do what you want or whatever, but also you shouldn't be able to do what you want if you're risking other people.
I agree.
And in that case, you're risking other people, because if you're deciding not to get vaccinated, now other people are around you are at risk. So, and a lot of people say, you know, like that, oh, it's linked to this or this or autism or just all different types of things, but also to what it does prevent. Like, do you get the smallpox vaccine or whatever? Like, that was a big thing in the past.
The measles or anything like that, they used to kill you. Like,
exactly.
That's a very, very important thing. So
it was
right.
It's here for a reason, and there's a lot of also like government conspiracies.
Now I do get like unnecessary ass medicines and all that. Like, I don't take a lot of medicines. I'll thug that shit out. Like, I'll be in pain.
Yeah.
But like all these unnecessary medicines, or, you know, these very, very extreme controlled substances, like, I don't take it. Like, no, Vicodin, all that shit, like, nah, I'm straight. Like, all those are controlled substances.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get, like, you don't necessarily get, you know, hooked on them, but it's a very high chance that you will. So it's just like stuff like that I don't take. Or, you know, all these medicine for diabetes, like, you can naturally cure that shit. You can naturally turn all that away.
If it's really what, like they say, whatever you put into your body is what
and that's
your body's so
serious.
Gonna, be.
Like, you guys got to start understanding that it's so serious what you put in your body. And I'm holding a glass of wine.
Just want to dip and dive a little bit into that, but we're still just getting into this episode. I don't want to go too far in.
See,
but back to her special. She was also talking about other things that were relatable. I have this one note here, and I don't remember at all. All they wrote was "Holy Socks, no show policy." I'm not sure. She must have made a joke about holy socks. Oh, she did make a joke. It was something about like you hold on to this pair until the hole. It's a little tiny hole, and it gets bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden, like your whole. I don't remember exactly, but she was saying like everyone has that one favorite pair of socks. Guess I shouldn't have brought it up. But she had another one that was funny, because she was saying how people try to get every last drop of toothpaste out of the tube.
I'm not that person.
You're not? Okay. Well, majority of people, maybe not you, but we'll try to get every last drop outside of the tube. And she's like, she does it too, and it's not about the money, because she is clearly not for her. So she says what she uses to squeeze it out is her black Amex card.
Oh wait,
that's what I'm saying. She was flexing at people like that. Like, okay, yeah, I'm relatable. We do the same thing, but you squeezing yours out.
Yes, Ellen, come fuck me real quick.
You squeezing yours with just a business card. No, mine's a straight up black.
Ellen, just touch my shoulder. That's all you gotta do is touch my shoulder.
So like, she had funny things. It was funny, but it also brought me to think about what I was gonna ask you. But like, the song you would come out to twerking and all.
Oh yeah.
Because what would you think one of her songs would be?
Everything.
If she
comes
was
out to everything.
Because she had a joke that was one of those like, you hear this song in the club and you're like, this is my jam. No matter how old you are, you're always like, this is my jam, and it will get you up to go dance to the dance floor.
Big time was that national twerk song. The national twerk song. To the 99, to the 2000s.
That would be Ellen's song?
That would be my song. I just figured my song out.
Like, okay. You just figured your song out. That deserves a round of applause, girl.
Thank you. I just figured it out. That's a classic.
But I was surprised too, because she was like, this is my song, and the song she came out to was Juvenile, Back That Ass Up.
That's what I'm. That's
okay, that's the one. Okay.
So Ellen, come fuck me. I would definitely just give you the hook.
You give it Ellen? You give it to Ellen?
That'll be the first. Yes, Ellen, you could have it.
You cut yourself off. So yeah, she was coming out to that song, Back That Ass Up by Juvenile. And it was funny because the first joke was like, that's my song. She comes out to the dance floor, right? But then she was like, at whatever age, no matter what is your song. So now she did it like if she was older. But now when she did it as she's older, she's moving slower because she's older. She can't move as fast, right? So she's moving slow to the dance floor. By the time she makes it to the dance floor, the song changes. But it was just so funny, and I was like, to see her dance and everything, like she, you see her dancing on her regular show
every single day, yeah.
But she was doing a little more.
Okay,
I would say she was trying to throw a little twerk in there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I gotta watch this show tonight.
And her regular show, her TV daytime show, she just doing a little shimmy. That's all, but she was doing a little twerk or something. But yeah, so just check it out. It's a good laugh, a little something.
I definitely will when I get home. I ain't got shit to do, so.
Yeah, so check it out.
Watch it.
You'll get a couple laughs. Like I said, she's funny. And like I said, it's
love
family comedy or so. But there's a couple jokes in there also too. It's like, okay, Ellen, I see you. This is not for daytime. But besides that, in the past week, what else did I do? So I ended up actually going to wine tasting.
Okay, Mr.
Nice.
Fancy.
You know how I
Mr.
do.
Fancy Pants.
So yeah, actually I went out with my aunt. So if you're listening to this, Titi, shout out to you. I know you're listening. So
wait, we gotta do this. You can't just give her a shout out and not give my uncle a shout out.
I'm sorry. Shout out to all of y'all. Okay. So actually she hit me up on Friday. It was like, hey, what are you doing? Do you want to go out to this wine tasting? I was like, sure, I'm down. Cool. So we actually went around, got there probably around 6:30 or so. Mm-hmm. And girl, as soon as we walk in, they had that tray out with the wines. I was like, okay. So I first tried this wine as we're drinking wine. Let me take a sip. Refresh my memory.
We just need to have a snippet to say, okay.
Wine time.
Wine time.
So yeah, when I first walked in, she had a white and a red, the little lady with the tray. So I said, I'll take the white. The white was like, I don't know, but it was from Argentina. She said it was an Argentinian wine.
Okay.
It was pretty good. It wasn't that bad. So once we sipped that, we had moved right along to the bar area where the wine tasting happens. So we got there, and she said, hey, what do you want to do? I said, I'll do this sweet. So we decided to do the sweet tasting. Now, the first one was an almond sparkling. Now, I'm not a big fan of sparkling stuff at all. I don't like the fizz. And I just don't like that fizz stuff. And what is it called? The carburation? Yeah. Carbonation.
There you go. Yeah.
Is that a car part? So I don't really care for that. So that's why I also don't care for the sparkling. But it wasn't that bad. It had a very strong almond taste. I felt like also a very strong odor of the almond. So there was 8 tastings. That was the first one. But as we're there, there's to the side of us. And you know me. When I see something, I'm pulling my phone out. I'm starting to take notes because I'm like, oh, got some content for the podcast. So as we're there standing, there's 2 guys and a gal next to us, and excuse me, start socializing with them, right? So we're there, and conversation starts. Right away, notice that they're foreign. Getting a foreign accent coming off of them, and I'm like, kind of sounds so like Scottish. It was giving me like a Scottish accent or so. So I'm like, okay, trying to feel this out or whatever. Conversation ensues, and now they're trying to figure out like what me and my aunt is, I guess. So, and she goes, "Oh no, I'm here with my nephew." And he goes, "Oh my goodness, I thought this was your boy toy because MILFs are in." And like this guy is an older guy and everything, yeah. And he's like, that's the new thing. MILFs are in, and that's what everyone. He was like, it's bigger. Like I could have swore this way. It's bigger than the Super Bowl nowadays, and like he was just going off about this whole thing. I'm like, okay, cool. So they're chatting for a little bit. We're all mingling and such. The older guy that's really doing all the talking, you could tell he's a little tipsy. He's been a couple glasses in or such. Okay. He's also giving me, the gaydar's going off, so he's giving me a gay vibe. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, but this is an elder man, like older, so it was going off on my radar, but not necessarily on my radar. So we're just talking and such. So he finds out. Now I'm trying to explain to him that I'm the nephew. That's my aunt. I don't know if he understands what that is. So I'm like, uncle, like my dad's brother is the uncle. That's like I had to break it all down. The whole family tree. I was pulling it out, and I'm trying to explain everything. So finally he understood, I guess, exactly what a whole nephew meant and an aunt meant and such. So we're like, cool, you get that. So we then continue talking, and the guy, he's continuing, and now for somehow, I'm not even sure, my aunt says, I think more so what she does for her job. I'm not really sure, whatever. But the whole conversation of transsexuals come about.
Does she work for the HIV thing?
I'm not sure. So then, I'm trying to sit there and type things at the note at the same time as I'm listening and all that, and it was just going too fast for me to catch up. So, I'm trying to figure out, and this guy, like I said, the older guy, he's doing most of the talking, and there's another girl and a guy there, and I'm not really sure. Now, once he finds out though that I'm, like the nephew and she's the aunt, we find out that he's the dad and the girl next to him is the daughter, and the one beside him is the daughter's like soon to be husband. So before we got into that though, before we figured that out.
Wait. I'm gonna run it back.
I'll get into it. But before we figure that out, the guy, the older guy, he mentions with the Scottish accent. He mentions that it actually they're from Ireland. So they weren't from Scottish, they're from Ireland. Irish accent. Sorry. So he says, I have a big wedding to pay for. And we're like, oh, okay. Automatically in my mind, in my aunt's mind, we're like, a big wedding to pay for. I'm thinking that you're getting married with this other guy here, y'all together or whatever, right? So my aunt even came out. She goes, oh, a big wedding. Congratulations for you two. About both guys. And it was like, oh no, for them two, the girl. It was like, oh no, for them two, the girl and the guy. So at first, basically what she said was, oh, for you two, the dad and the son-in-law, soon to be son-in-law, that's who she thought was getting married. But in reality, it was the son-in-law and the daughter.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So I would have thought the same thing.
Yeah.
But the funny thing was, the dad was like, right, he could be gay for pay, talking about the son-in-law. I was just like, oh my God. Like I said, he was a couple drinks in, but he was really like, yeah, he could be gay. And I was thinking like, hey, he was giving me the same vibe too. So,
oh, whoa there.
Okay then.
Okay.
But it was just funny hearing them talk like that. So yeah, I guess he had a big wedding to pay for, talking about his daughter and the son-in-law's wedding.
I mean, weddings are always
He showed us the picture though of where it was going to be in front of a castle, and it was like beautiful. You could just imagine, in Ireland, like castles like that and such. So yeah, no, it was like beautiful and all that. So, came about, like I said, the transsexual conversation started, and then he says, I would be a transsexual. It just seems fun. Like, it seems the fun thing to do nowadays. And I'm just thinking, like, this guy right now got no filter or nothing, and what's coming out his mouth.
And but this is the dad, right?
This is the dad. And the daughter's there.
Transparent.
The daughter is just there smiling, chuckling away. The whole time. Like, she wasn't making a sound, making a word. She was just grinning, smiling and grinning. All right,
so I have a follow-up question. What was the race?
They were from Ireland. What do you...
Oh, they were white. Okay, period.
I think the guy, though, was...
you did say... Right? I forgot you said Ireland, so clearly.
Yeah. Have you seen many colored Irish people?
Clearly.
So, I think the guy, though, was American, they said, though, but he was also white. Caucasian. The one they were marrying, I think he was American.
I'm sorry, guys. Caucasian is the correct term. Let me be politically correct. It's Caucasian.
Yeah. So, anywho, we ended up drinking a couple more tastings. We had half of our tasting. There was 8, so we had 4 of them. Then we said, okay, let's go have dinner. We had some dinner and ended up tasting some more wine. Got a bottle of wine. And girl, I got to get this bottle of wine that we was having, because It was banging. Now, you know I like my sweets, right? This was a passion fruit wine. And it was so good. I tasted. I said, "Can I get a taste of this?" The lady brought us a taste of it, and then I was like, "You know what? Let's get that bottle." So we got the bottle to have dinner with, and that was so good. Drank that all up, and then
oh, that's what had you lit that night.
No, and then after the dinner, went back to the tasting because we still had 4 more of our tastings to do, half of it. So we went and tasted the rest of the 4. As we're there, though, we had to grab a bottle, too, to take home. But was like, before that, can we also taste this other one? So tasted another one. Took a bottle home. And then was like, okay, where are we going? We're supposed to meet up with my cousin. He didn't show up. But we ended up still going out. And then I started drinking, though. It wasn't wine no more.
Well,
this is when I was drinking.
The crazy snaps.
Was I snapping you?
Oh, bitch. You was snapping me all night.
Because you know what's so funny? The next
day,
I
was like, oh, you should come out. And I'm like, you know I'm at work. And you was just
I knew you was at work, yeah.
But no, the snaps you were sending me back to back, I'm just like, I'm going to just talk to you when you sober. You don't remember me saying that?
I don't. And the funny thing is, I wasn't even drinking that much. But once we got to the place, I stopped drinking wine and we were drinking vodka.
Of Suavemente. You remember that?
I don't.
Yo.
And that's so sad.
You like Suavemente. And I was like, that's my shit.
Did I really?
What? You don't remember how many times you snapped me, bruh.
But the funny thing is, too, because I woke up the next day, looked at my Snapchat, and I was like, oh, I snapped this much? And I knew I did one, like, sent it, and I'm like, oh, I thought it was just that. And then I see some other ones, like, when was I recording this stuff? I don't even remember. But
you were snapping me all night. I'm just like, I
was fine. I woke up the next day. I was cool. I was fine. So I was definitely not drinking that much. Anywho, yeah, so we ended up hanging out there. It was actually a freestyle performance. One of the old freestyles from like the 80s performers. He got on stage, did a couple of songs. So that was nice. Got to hear that. Brought back some flashbacks. Felt like I was in my parents' living room. So yeah, then ended up leaving there, came home and went straight to bed. It was past my bedtime, girl.
Tomorrow, bitch, because you was done.
I was done. I was not done. I really wasn't. But this upcoming weekend, girl.
Yes,
we'll get into that in a second. But anywho, we're going to hear what your past weekend's been like because you heard so much about mine. But we're going to go commercial really quick.
Okay.
We'll be back. We'll hear about your weekend. We'll get into some other stuff. And then we'll talk about what's going to be this upcoming weekend.
Yes, exciting.
It's going to be a movie. I actually hate when people say
in real life, it's going to be a movie. Or a vlog.
Whatever. We'll be right back.